You know that friend who's always fine, never rattled, never broken, floating through catastrophes like they're mildly interesting weather patterns. Here's what nobody tells you. They're dying inside, not dramatically, quietly, like a swan, graceful above water, absolutely thrashing underneath. And the strangest part, they've convinced themselves this is what strength looks like. Spoiler, it isn't. We worship calm like it's a superpower, downloading the apps, buying the candles, following the influencers. Your chill friend is the prophet of this religion, the proof that serenity is achievable if you just try. But this composure is not natural, it's an architecture. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, writing while plague ravaged Rome, didn't have innate calm, they constructed it for survival. Your chill friend runs the same operation. Somewhere, they learned a devastating equation. Vulnerability equals burden. Anxiety makes you exhausting. So, they built walls and branded them as maturity. We constantly reward them, calling them low maintenance and goals. But the price is high. They are running a second, unpaid full-time job inside their own head. Inside their head, the environment isn't peaceful. It's a command center during a missile strike. Their hyper-organization isn't productivity. It's a containment system. That color-coded calendar ensures every minute is accounted for, because empty space is where the intrusive thoughts break through. The overthinking is relentless. That casual text you sent 3 days ago, they've analyzed it 17 times, constructed entire narratives about your secret meaning, and convinced themselves you're upset. But they'll never admit it. The response remains, yeah, all good. The emoji does the heavy lifting of denial. Psychologically, they are trapped. Suppression isn't resolution. When emotions are pushed down, they don't vanish. They ferment. The unconscious keeps receipts. Every swallowed anxiety, every dismissed feeling accumulates. The body keeps score. This is the paradox of avoidance. By refusing small discomforts, they postpone suffering with interest. Emotional debt compounds faster than credit cards, and eventually, the full crushing bill arrives. You see the cracks in the chaos theory effect. They avoid small, manageable confrontations, small acts of emotional avoidance, which leads to massive, catastrophic consequences later. Someone cuts them off in traffic, and suddenly they're having a complete breakdown. But it's never about the traffic. It's about the accumulated debt. The physical toll is constant. Tension headaches, chronic stomach problems, and exhaustion that sleep cannot touch. Their body is staging a revolt, and they are still insisting everything is fine. The tragedy is thinking they're alone. They look around and see everyone else managing perfectly, unaware that everyone else is also a duck, paddling frantically beneath a perfectly calm surface. We are all perpetually performing serenity for each other, and nobody's truly buying it. Yet we all desperately keep selling the illusion. So what happens when the facade finally shatters? When your chill friend reaches their breaking point and the performance becomes impossible? It's not gradual. They don't slowly become more stressed. They collapse all at once. Burnout doesn't knock politely. It kicks down the door at 3 a.m. and empties every drawer in your brain onto the floor. Your chill friend might vanish for weeks, unable to explain why they can't respond to messages. They might quit their job impulsively. End relationships not because they want to, but because maintaining the illusion of being okay has become physically impossible. Everyone's blindsided. But you always seemed so fine. Exactly. That was the entire project. Seeming fine. Being fine was never part of the deal. Here's what I've learned, and maybe you know this too. Real peace isn't the absence of chaos. It's the honest acknowledgement of it. It's saying, I'm struggling, without feeling like you've failed at being human. The ancient Taoists understood this better than we do. They didn't preach the elimination of chaos, they taught flow. Water doesn't fight the river's shape, it moves through it. Your chill friend is trying to be ice when they should be water, frozen, unmoving, refusing to flow with their own emotions. And frozen things are brittle. They shatter under pressure. In the 1950s, a psychologist named Donald Winnicott coined the term false self, a protective mask we construct to meet the world's expectations while hiding our true, messy, vulnerable selves. Your chill friend has perfected this. They've become so good at the false self that they've forgotten there's a real one underneath. And the real one, it's suffocating. So how do we break this? How do we help our chill friends or ourselves? Because maybe you're reading this and recognizing your own reflection. How do we stop performing serenity and start living it? First, normalize the mess. Stop treating calm as the default and chaos as malfunction. You're not broken for feeling intensely. You're human. The goal isn't becoming unfeeling. It's becoming honest. Second, create space for real vulnerability. Not the performative kind, the uncomfortable kind, the kind that makes you feel like you're asking too much. You're not. Friendships that can't hold your chaos aren't friendships. They're audiences. Third, practice small truths. You don't have to unload everything at once. Start with, I'm actually stressed today, instead of, I'm fine. Admit when something bothers you, instead of laughing it off. Small honesty builds infrastructure for bigger honesty. And maybe most importantly, stop valorizing the grind. Stop celebrating the person who never breaks, never complains, never needs anything. That's not strength. That's a preview of collapse. True resilience isn't never falling apart. It's knowing how to fall apart safely, with people who'll help you reassemble. Your chill friend isn't weak for struggling beneath their calm exterior. They're exhausted from being strong in a way that doesn't actually work. And here's the beautiful part. They don't have to be that kind of strong anymore. None of us do. So next time your chill friend seems a little too okay, a little too unbothered, check in. Really check in. Not, how are you, expecting good, but how are you actually? And then wait. Sit in the uncomfortable silence. Give them permission to not be okay. Because here's the thing about swans and ducks and all of us pretending to glide. We're all in the same water. We're all paddling frantically. And maybe if we admitted it to each other, we could stop pretending to float and actually learn to swim. The performance is exhausting. You can stop now. We all can.